All right, here I am with my friend Jarrod Burks, and who's the best PLO dealer in the country, Pot Limit Omaha, for those of you who are non-Omaha or poker playing fiends. So what we're going to do, Jarrod, is kind of look at some of the trades you've put on today and just see, kind of help you understand what they are and how they make money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So what we did is within Apple is you created a strangle. And if you want, you can go up here and do you know how to set up groups?
Mm-hmm.
You can create a group here and call it earnings if you'd like to measure it around earnings. What it does here with Apple is we make money by tomorrow if it closes in between 357.50 and 407.50.
Okay.
So if you would like to see that risk trade of kind of the risk graph of kind of what that looks like. I put a little bit different trade on for mine, so let me put that one in. 357.50 and 407.50. And you put in 2 contracts. So let me bring this over here. Tell me when you can see it. So I'm going to click on analyze this trade. And this is kind of what that risk graph looks like. Looks like we're going to have a 90+% probability of profit. Your maximum gain on this guy is 1750 in one day. No, let's see. I'm sorry. I take that back. We're going to change this to July 31st. And this is the 29th. So our maximum gain is, I don't know why that's showing, August 22nd. So anyway, you collected $8.75 credit for this on 2 contracts. So that's $8.75 multiplied by 200. So there's that trade. And so now let me kind of look at your other ones. So that's kind of a neutral trade. Intel is a bullish trade, and partly why we're doing that is Intel's recently taken a hit. So we're kind of looking at the fact that it may not go down further. So if I look at Intel, it's gone down to 47.74. So if we look at the 1-year graph, it was up at 61 just a few days ago. So what we've done is we sold a put on that guy at 49. So that means we would be long Intel if it goes down to 49 by August.
Okay.
You'd have to buy 500 shares or close out that position. When we took a bearish position, so you could put this Intel into naked puts.
Okay.
And you could put this win into naked calls. So if win goes up to 88, we'd have to go short win at 88. And it's up today. So I'm kind of betting on coronavirus that casinos won't be doing that great. And then Microsoft, we sold a naked put on Microsoft, which is a bullish trade. So if it went down to 190, we'd have to buy Microsoft at 190.
Okay.
So we could put Microsoft in naked puts. We could put Win in naked calls. We could put Intel in naked calls. And we put Apple into an earnings trade. So is there anything else that you can think of that you might be bullish or bearish on today?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can you think of any product that you think is either great or stupid? That's why I put it to my 16-year-old nephew's kid, right? I'm trying to
Yeah.
teach. So I think I said, for example, if you think Snapchat is stupid, you know, let's look at how to put a short on. I was trying to translate it into 16-year-old language.
It makes sense. I mean, that's the way I look at Microsoft because they have the new console coming out. So I feel like they're going to be pretty good.
Okay. Well, let's. Do we have a Microsoft trade on?
Yeah. I do have one.
Okay. Can you think of anything that you, or do you know how much buying power it's taken up?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know how to figure that out.
Okay.
I
Uh,
was only able to buy like not very many contracts. So probably a lot.
all right. Where are we with Microsoft? Microsoft, yeah, you're using up $8,273 in margin. The only reason I was suggesting is if we hadn't used up our margin, I'd show you another bullish trade besides just selling a naked put on it. So can you think of anything else that we don't currently have on that you might be either bullish or bearish on?
I mean, I don't know. I
You don't
don't know.
know?
I don't know. I mean, I always think that Facebook's going to go down because of all the censoring and stuff. So I don't.
Okay, well, why don't we put a bearish trade on Facebook?
Okay.
And I'll put a different type of trade on. Why don't we do a poor man's covered put in Facebook?
Okay.
So I'm going to describe kind of what this trade is, what a poor man's covered put is, and then you could put one on. So essentially what you do is you buy a put that is in the money. So in this case, you could buy a 240, say a 240 put, and sell a 220 put in August. So if we bought the 240 in September and we sold the 220 in August, let me just put on one contract, see what that looks like. We'll show you the risk graph. I have a lot of other trades on in Facebook, so let me make sure that one's checked. This is kind of what it looks like. So Facebook is currently trading at 233.07. So 233.07. So what you can see is if it's unchanged by expiration, you'll make 170 bucks. But can you see this purple thing here? That's at expiration. Let's see, August 20th. So let me change that to August 20th. So you can kind of see how you start to make money as that goes down.
Okay. And the blue line is how much is the money or what?
The green line, I'm looking at green and purple.
Green and purple. Yeah.
So green is if it's, and this is the x-axis. So as I move my cursor, it shows me, it's like a war game where I'm playing out if I closed it at that price today, the purple line shows me how much I would make. If it closes at that price on expiration at August 22nd, what I make is down here in the green.
Okay.
So that your maximum profit is $1,066 if it goes to 220 by August 22nd. And it's currently trading at 233. So 220 would have to be, like 8% moves down.
Okay.
You feel comfortable with that, or do you? I mean, you could make it 5%, and kind of see what that looks like if you want. So if you sold instead of the 220, let's see what the 225 looks like. Let's do the risk graph on that guy. So now, if it goes to 220, you make 1791. But it kind of spreads out the risk graph a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know if you can.
I can see it. Yeah.
Tell by looking at that. So looking at the risk graph, did you prefer to go a little more bearish or spread it out?
I'd spread it. I think spreading it out seems like the safer bet to me. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. We may not be able to afford this one. Let's see. Yeah. 225. Let's do 230 and see what it looks like. Say 225 is 10. Okay, 2. So maybe let's change this to 235. That's affordable. See what that risk graph looks like. Okay, here we are at today's price. The maximum you can make is 23.96. But even if it's unchanged, you make at expiration 787. You start losing money when it goes above 238.
Okay.
With this guy.
Which is $5 from now, right? So 230.
Yeah. The maximum you can make on this is 1623. I kind of like that one. What do you? I had more than one checked. Just that.
Oh.
Okay, so all it changes is with one contract, your maximum gain is 749. So you could. So you could probably do several contracts of this. See how many you can do. Buying the 235 and selling the 225. You're buying the 235 in September, and you're selling the 225 in August.
Which September when though? What day?
September 18th.
18th. Okay.
Are you looking at your screen now?
Yeah, and which one is it? You said
you're buying the 235.
Buying 235 call or
put.
Buying 235. Okay.
And you're selling the 225 in August 21st.
And how many contests can allow call and put buying only?
Yeah, we have to put on both legs before it stops showing you that violation.
Okay, so I have to go ahead and go to the August one as well?
Well, you buy the September 235 and you sell the August 225.
You sell August in the same day in August?
August 21st.
21st? Oh, okay. Sell.
See, typically I trade monthly. So you can see up there where it says weeklies and monthlies.
Yeah.
And the reason is monthlies have more liquidity. If your call liquidity is like a tighter spread between the bid and the ask.
And I'm buying the 225, you said?
You're selling the 225 in August.
Selling the 225 in August.
You're buying the 235 in September. You want to share your screen?
Sure.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to do that. I guess it's in the Zoom.
Okay, I got to enable security. Okay. Click at the bottom of Zoom where it says share screen, and then you pick the screen that you want to share.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So the 235 put, it's
for 918.
Okay. Yes.
The 225.
You're selling the is that's you're in the August expiration?
Yes, August 21st.
Okay. August 225. Yeah, click on that one. All right, you've got 4 contracts on the put. I'm not sure why. So
I didn't know how many to do. I just put a number on.
okay. All right, so that's going to take about 1,500 in margin. So, how bearish are you? I mean, how confident? Do you really like this trade?
I'm not very confident.
You're not, so you want to put it in small?
Yeah.
All right, just go ahead and click submit then.
With 1 or 2 or
2 is fine. I mean, if you're not that confident, keep it small.
Okay.
All right, you see at the bottom it says 1580 in theta.
Yep.
That's kind of like what you collect daily in theta decay. So right now you're collecting $412 a day in theta decay, which is kind of nice. And so if you want, do you remember how to set up groups, or have you already set up groups or not?
I haven't. I was trying to figure that out while you were talking.
Okay. Why don't you click on settings, that cog at the top next to trade, and then click on the word portfolio.
There it is.
Yep. And then scroll down. And then where it says new group, why don't you type in naked puts? And then create that group, and then naked calls. And then let's put in poor man's cover. Let's put earnings trades. Yeah, poor man's covered calls or earnings trades. And then you could put in poor man's covered calls. And then you could put in poor man's covered puts. And then you could put in straddle/strangles. All right, so now scroll up to the top and click on a novice guide to options that's underlined. And then go down to your Apple trade and select earnings. And then go to Intel and select naked puts. And then go to win and select naked calls. And then go to Microsoft and select naked puts. And then go to Facebook and select poor man's covered puts. So now what you've got 4 groupings. The naked calls the naked puts are bullish trades. The naked calls are bearish trades. The earnings trade is neutral, and the poor man's covered puts are bearish. So you've kind of got a mixed bag, which is kind of what you want to do. You want to just collect that daily theta and spread your risk so you're not really taking a lot of market risk. So I think that's kind of good for today if you want, and we can kind of watch it, see how they perform, and we'll go from there.
Find something that I think I should be bearish or bullish on?
What's that?
Do I need to be looking for something that I need to be?
Yeah, why don't you just think about things that you think are going to either go up or down as we move into the contest, and we'll go forward with there. Any questions you have so far?
No, not yet. I'm still trying to. I'm going to go through these and figure out kind of what I did to make them naked puts and stuff. I heard you talk about it, and then as you went through a bunch of them, it kind of got lost. So I'll try to figure it out.
Well, you're a fast learner. Essentially, the closer you get to the money, the more credit you receive, but the lower the probability, the higher the probability of it getting exercised.
Okay.
So you're just kind of weighing your risk. Ideally, you sell a put where if it went down to that put price, I wouldn't mind owning it at that price. And if it doesn't go down, hey, I'd like the credit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's that sweet spot between I wouldn't mind getting assigned versus keeping the credit and saying, thank you very much. I'll come back and see you again next month.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Somewhat, yes. It'll make more sense as I do more hands-on stuff like this, I'm sure.
All right. And here's the naked call that you sold. Essentially what you're saying is I wouldn't mind being short win at 88.
Okay.
And so win is right now trading at
76.
76. So you're basically saying if Win shoots up to 88, I wouldn't mind being short Win at 88.
Because you don't think it's worth 88? Is that what that means?
What it means is you're just bearish on Win. You're just like, hey, coronavirus is breaking out. I just don't see how they could stuff that and just be pedal to the metal, being profitable. I just wouldn't mind being short at 88.
I definitely don't see that them making.
And if it doesn't go to 88 by August, you just keep that premium. So you're just kind of making a wager that it's not going to go up 12% by August.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty safe bet. And if on Thinkorswim as well as on Trade Diff, you can actually see the probabilities of that occurring.
I can look at the probabilities on Trade Diff.
Yeah. So if you click on trade, just trade, and just put Win in, and then go into your August chain.
And it's monthly one.
Yep. And then you kind of scroll down, see how it says you're under Delta, it's got percentages.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of scroll down to that 88 call and look and see what that is. Okay, it's got a 23.7%. What that basically means is there's a 23.7% chance that it goes up to 88. So it's basically a 77% chance that it doesn't.
I think it's higher than that, but
yeah. But anyway, that in Pot Limit Omaha, if you had a 77% chance of winning, you'd bet the pot, right? Sure. So it's just kind of like that. You don't want to take too many risks because given this, you don't want to take assignment on a lot of things. We just soon collect credits and not have to get assigned on anything, frankly. Just collect that $400 a day in theta decay. Research shows that some of the best traders actually can keep 25% of their daily theta decay. You may ask yourself, where does the other 75% go? It goes on trades that go against you.
Okay.
Kind of how to having manage them or something. So we have posted, I'm going to stop the screen share now, and I'm going to share something on Trade Diff with you just to kind of show you some other things that we're doing on the leaderboard, and I'll share that screen. Okay, here's Mo's killing it. You're right. He's figured out a way to run an angle. So instead of, it enables him to gamble it up. But if you click up here on the Collaborate tab, this is where you can post any question you have and the group could answer it. Or you can post up here on videos, and these are all the videos that I've shot with different people demonstrating different types of trades.
Okay, oh, they're in the Collaborate tab. Okay, awesome.
This is in the videos tab. So there's a Collaborate tab, and that's kind of like group chat where you can post links of things. Or I did a screenshot yesterday of the most liquid ETFs in Sosnoff's setup. This is kind of the most liquid underlyings that Tom Sosnoff, he created Thinkorswim and he created Tasty Trade. Those are the ones he trades most often, and those are the ones I trade most often. And then if you click on videos, these are all the videos where I've met with different people demonstrating different types of trades.
Okay, yeah, I see Mo on the first picture.
Yep, Mo. Yeah, and he's got a screen backdrop of the World Series of Poker.
That's Mo.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Jarrod, that's kind of what I got today. And thanks
Awesome.
for coming on. If you have any
All right,
other questions, put it in the collaborate tab.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Bye.